You are back at the Mobility Project. Today we're going to get ready for some knees to elbows, some light squat snatches, full snatches, and I think there's some ring dips in there. So how do I prep for that? I'm going to give you a couple things. Start with today a little bit differently. So I'm going to give you some dynamic openers, some warming up kind of grind through your hip capsule kind of openers. It's a little bit different take. This is active, it's kind of capsular in nature, and we'll give you a couple ideas. So here's what we're going to do. Start is, let's get your head down in the good old paleo chair, overhead receiving position. And in this position, you're just going to block the knee out for starters and really shove that knee out. Try to exaggerate your foot position as much as you can. Generate a lot of that torque. Press active. Come on down. Take more knee out. Try to lift up off your knees, off your elbows. Block. Hold that new position. Lift up. Press back out. Block. Hang there. That'll be first. Then I'm going to go ahead and just take some steps, blocking my knees out with my elbows. Step, grind out. Try to step with a straight foot. Grind out. It's terrible. It really feels grindy and beautiful. So just back and forth this way. Then you can take some step backward. Really shove out. Don't let your knees come in. That's the meniscus destroyer. Okay? So that's number, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my leg over to the side. And I want you to just dink around with these 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to start here in this leg out position. I'm going to shift my knee to vertical, shimmy across, and grind back and down. Hang out, shift vertical, low as I can go, grind through those hip capsules back and forth. Okay, and even if it's just walking your hands over, that's fine. But you just got to get practicing the shin to vertical. Last piece, take a wide squat stance. I want you to press into the corner on one of your legs. And you should be able to do this because it's only one leg. Shin vertical, really grind into that deep corner, and then press up through that foot and cross. Hit the other side, press in that corner, knee out, deep into the hip, press up and back, okay? Let's do those hip openers for your hips. Then kind of prepping, a lot of the ring dip requires significant extra rotation to enter the movement tunnel in a good position. Once I kind of load from this crappy position, I tend to load the front of the shoulder, which is no good. So we're really going to think about opening up extension, but I want to make sure that I'm thinking, God, I got to get extension and extra rotation. So if I take that extension, extra rotation to its fullest, the easiest thing I know is to go ahead and grab behind. That extra rotates my shoulders first. I can hang out here, take some big breaths, contract, relax, and keep sinking in, almost like you're going to lean. You can start doing this before. We might mitigate some of that ring dip, chest kind of feelings. Keep working your hands in. Don't break here. You see how I've internally rotated? I'm hanging on my shoulders. I really want to be strong back, almost like I'm in a false grip position. It locks the elbow into a good position and externally rotates me. So keep walking back and forth, getting tighter. You can drop down. You can play side to side, contract, relax, biasing one corner. And then let's keep working through that. Then, your choice tonight. We can either do our classic extra rotate overhead, but I gotta snatch a little bit. So I'm gonna actually take my arm, show the armpit like Mike Bergner wants, and I'm gonna hit this corner a little bit, which feels a little bit different than this pure distraction into the corner. So if this feels sketchy, don't do it. But what I'm gonna practice doing is pressing arm up, using that as a straight fulcrum, keep the rib cage down, I'm gonna walk away. And so I'm tying this movement in differently, and instead of kind of sneaking underneath it, this feels really different for me for some reason. But externally rotate, show me the armpit, bring that forward, and then press into those corners. And in this position, again, if you feel vulnerable, go ahead and flip it over in these directions. All right? Few minutes working on those hip openers. Really hit those corners. And then let's get your shoulder prepped overhead. And even if you're doing mobility for today's workout or not, that's your homework. Heading to Norway tomorrow. I'll probably be posting some exotic location like Chicago Airport, and keep your eyes peeled. We're going to get into some lutefisk, Swedish fish, and lots of fun things coming up. All right? We'll see you tomorrow.